comedy is about exaggeration, but there's always something deeper in. So here's Larry at the beach.
Hey.
Hi.
Is this a gorgeous day?
Yeah.
Jeff, let's take a walk.
I'm
Come
comfortable.
on, it's gorgeous. Perfect
It is
walking
beautiful.
weather. It's
No.
good for you.
No, I don't want
Jeff.
to. I'm not in the mood.
Please.
No, I'm fine.
Get up off your fat ass and let's take a walk. It'll be romantic.
It's nice.
Do me a favor and
Yeah.
watch Sammy because she's going to go in the water.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. One second. Be right there. I'm coming. Coming.
Oh my God.
Larry's conflicted between the needs of a drowning girl and the system of keeping a BlackBerry in shape, which is not leaving it out in the sun, covering it with a towel. So Larry's balance is bothered with the balance between the two. That's an exaggerated balance. Let's see it on a more subtle level of Larry speaking with his blind or seeing impaired piano player.
This is my girlfriend, Rhonda.
Hello.
Hi, Larry.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Can you believe it? I hooked up with a model.
Boy, you lucked out.
Hey, listen, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Don't you think she's beautiful? Eh? You don't think she's beautiful, Larry?
I don't say beautiful. She's nice.
Huh.
She told you she was a model?
I don't want to talk about it.
So Larry has a system of integrity about where he wants to be honest about people's looks. But the balance is how to hurt or whether not to hurt a blind man's feelings. There's always a balance and a tension between us and others. So I want to put this into context so we could see it clearly. We spoke about fear in general. It's something to break through. We spoke about fear with interpersonal relationships and insecurity, and that the answer of insecurity is not to have you like me or to become you or to become someone else. The answer to insecurity is to be who you are. So let's now balance the reality of being who you are with others. How do you make that balance? So as you know that the Mishnah here in Pirkei Avos, in the Talmud, it says an important idea, and it's divided into three parts. The first part is Im ein ani li mi li. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? I have to be for myself. But then the second part says K'shani la'atzmi mani. But if I'm for myself only, so what am I? So this is not meant to be a conundrum, but this is the balance of I have to be for myself, but I also can't just be for myself. I need to be for others. How do we understand this balance? So I want to put it into context. And this is based on the works of the Maharal of Prague and the way he understands this concept. Is that all of us, once we come to terms with the fact that we are alive now, and that we're not supposed to be someone else, we're supposed to be who we are, all of us have to come to terms with what the point is. Why are we here, and what should we do now that we're here? We have one goal. The goal of creation is to finish the process of creation. We are not assembled, and we assemble ourselves. The way that we assemble ourselves is through this realm called Torah. And let me define that it is evident, self-evident, that human beings are radically, qualitatively different than animals. We're mammals, they're mammals, but we have this power of intellect. So it's obvious from the world that we're meant to guide our lives and shape our lives by that which distinguishes us, which is intellect. It's also evident from a Google Earth view of the world that there's something up with the Jews. It's not just a random freak of nature that a small group influences a whole world. It's not a random freak of nature that 3 million people receive the Torah on Mount Sinai. There is something integral in the universe and the intellect that the Jews have given us, that we are part of. This reality is the blueprint of the world, and it's the blueprint of our lives. Says the Maharal, what does it mean if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? It doesn't mean in a business sense, hey, looking out for number one, I got to do it my way, cutthroat, push in. No, the concept is, im ein ani li, if I am not for myself, meaning if I don't take upon myself to complete myself by my learning Torah and slowly and in an incremental manner making that part of me, mi li, nobody else is going to do it for me. Wealth you can get from other people. You don't have to earn it. You can win the lotto. You could inherit it. Somebody could give it to you. But your completion can only be done by you. Your completion can only be done by you. So let's look into this square peg and square hole. Number one, like we said, as opposed to insecurity, you have to embrace who you are. Don't try to have other people like you. Don't try to be other people. Be who you are and know who you are. And with who you are, work with that and bring that to completion. I have things that I need to work on that you don't need to work on, and vice versa. We all are unique, and we cannot have other people complete us. We cannot be dependent that other people will bring us to this fulfillment. We have to do it ourselves. So there's a unique individuality about our purpose, which is you have to do it, and it has to fit you. But there's a system with which we do it, and that's the reality of Torah. Says the Maharal, don't be confused that Torah is a philosophy, very nice, helps people live together, helps you be meditative and calm, it's an anti-anxiety thing, and there are other philosophies, and pick and choose, Dale Carnegie, whatever you want, whatever fits, that's all good. It could be anything. No, there's a specificity in our lives. There's a specific domain of knowledge that although it's relevant to all, it completes us on an individual basis. And that's the system of Torah, that every person, when you connect, that connection and incremental growth brings you as an individual to your completion. But if you only think of yourself and you do not relate that individuality to the world at large, then you've missed the boat. So the Mishnah is giving us this balance, this seesaw. On step one, if you're not for yourself, who's going to be for you? You have to concentrate and know who you are and what you need. But if that's not in context of the world, if you don't see yourself as part of the whole, then it is pointless. You could work out, be in shape, avoid carbs, be nice. And if it's just about you, that you want to sing at the end at your daughter's wedding, I did it my way. Oh, me, yeah, he's a great guy. He's awesome. He's so unique. He's got it together. It's him divided from the rest of the world. So, kisha'ani la'atzmi, if you're just for yourself, it's pointless. Now let me zero in on just for yourself. Step one, just for yourself means, or the opposite of just for yourself means, that you are the world. You are a microcosm of the whole universe. What you do between you and yourself affects the whole world in a microcosmic sense. You're a microcosm of the world. That's a very big boost of self-esteem. Number two, whatever you do affects the world, not just because you're a microcosm, but we're all interconnected in a quantum entanglement way. Whatever you do affects the whole world. And most importantly, your completion includes giving to others. The great American dream of, in a capitalistic sense, if I made money off of people, that's not the perspective. The perspective is that included in my personal fulfillment, there is the giving and the making the world a better place. Our connection to God, our connection to the spiritual is through emulation. And just like the universe gives good, I want to give good. So everybody in the world is my issue. I want to give good to others. So the balance is, step one, you are an individual. People can avoid facing themselves forever. You could avoid it in good causes and nobody will stop you. You will be concerned with large national issues and you'll talk about them all day and nobody will stop you. Nobody will say, listen, enough about the weather, politics, sports, enough, you're avoiding reality. You're alive for a short time, you have lackings, you have a need to fulfill those lackings. Focus on yourself. Is that narcissism? No. The point of focusing for yourself is for the whole world. If you're just for yourself, it's for no reason. But if your fulfillment affects the world, then it's not narcissism, it's not selfish, it's the opposite of being selfish. It's taking the world into account. So here are 3 roads and I'll tell you the correct door to open. There's one road, I'm working on myself. Everything's about me. There's another road, everything's about everybody else. I'm just gonna, oh, you wanna come sleep in my apartment? Oh, I don't wanna make these crazy plans, but I really feel bad because you want me to be a bridesmaid, so I'll go out and I'll do it. I'll be in Yiddish, a shmata. I'll just live for other people. That's also a wrong road. It's I will be for myself and complete myself, and included in that completion is others. But the others doesn't destroy myself. It stretches me, but it doesn't destroy me. Meaning that I have to do good for others. But that good for others is good for myself. Not in the politician on Thanksgiving wearing an apron giving out turkey in front of homeless people for a photo op. Oh, my giving good is good. I'm doing good for others, but it's really for me. No, that is sick. That is weird. That is bad. We hate that. The concept of when I do good for you, I'm doing good for myself, it actually all happens at the same time in perfect balance. So I'm doing good for myself. I'm concerned with my fulfillment. And I'm going to stretch myself in order to give for you. But the stretching won't kill me. It will bring me out better. So I benefit in my completion. You benefit in my kindness. And we both equally live at the same time. Let me get this clear. I benefit because I'm focused on what I should be focused, which is that I've been given the charge of being I'm the head of a corporation called me, and I must complete my task. And that task also includes giving to others, but it never destroys the task of oneself. It only brings that out more. I won't kill myself by giving to you, but I might stretch and develop myself. So, in the larger picture, if somebody is drowning, put the BlackBerry down. Oh, it's your BlackBerry, you have your phone numbers, you'll never retrieve the phone numbers. You have a system of, oh, I can't just put the BlackBerry down, it'll get sandy, I must put it on a towel, I must run back and cover up the BlackBerry. Put it down, throw it out, because when it comes to human life, think about others. What about my BlackBerry? For myself, the world was created. If I'm not for myself, who's going to be for me? Who's going to watch my BlackBerry? The system will take care of it. Save other people's lives. Truth and good looks and blind people. He's blind. Who cares? The truth doesn't matter. Sometimes it's wrong to be right. If she says she's a model, she's a model. It doesn't matter to you. Why does your feeling of justice of, well, she said she's a model? I don't really think she's a model. I mean, oh, she's all right. No. Stretch yourself and give to someone else. And taking on a deeper, more subtle level, not only is Larry the clown type narcissist worrying about his BlackBerry when someone is drowning, but Jeff is wrong too, as is Susie. Jeff is wrong because, I'm fine. Now come on, it's a nice day walk. When you get married and you have a spouse, there are things where you're going to have to stretch from your reality to give. Not crazy stretch, but if it's a beautiful day and normal people like to take walks on beautiful day, you might have to get up and take a walk. That comes with it. Stretch yourself. Susie's also wrong because if you want your husband to walk with you, don't yell at him and then tell him he'll be romantic. Come on, get up, it'll be romantic. Once you've yelled at me, nothing will be romantic. So in that reality, the system is broken, the system of BlackBerry watching is broken, and the system of giving is broken. But the system, we as Jews, through Torah, we have a concept called im ein ani li mi li. I have to worry about my own fulfillment. But that fulfillment perfectly balances with my responsibility to you. And I receive that. Now, what if you don't have that reality? What if you don't have Torah and you're going to wing it? You're going to take a little from here, a little from there, and you're going to have your own little system. It's like my system in the Metro card. I'm not sure exactly when I should be running down the steps. I don't know when I should get the Metro card out. Should I do it in the place? So I'm like, all right, I'm like a couple of like paces, whatever that means, before the subway, I'm getting my Metro card out. I hear some rumbling. I'm not really sure. I don't want to be a fool, so I don't want to run down the whole block. But I'm going to I'll start to hustle when I get to the steps, and I will do that whole bum, 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 down the steps, because who knows, it could be my train. That's my system. I don't relax. I have a system. But we all, in our desire to make sure we get good for ourselves and don't come out looking bad, we develop systems that in the real reality were false. Here's your personality. Here's your personal contribution to the world. Your contribution to the world is how you internalize the system that came with the universe. Your contribution is how you internalized the system of the Torah that came with the universe. Your contribution is not making up your own system. When we read your obituary, we don't want to go through your systems. He always had his Metro card out before he got to the steps of the subway. What a smart guy. So in season 5, Larry also, he has a system. He has a system with his DVD player and the case.
In the case for the Sopranos DVD?
No.
I can't find it anywhere. Did you do something with it?
No, I didn't do anything with it. If you're blaming this on me, you're barking up the wrong tree, okay? I have a system. When I watch a DVD, I put the case on top of the DVD player. Then when I'm done, I take the DVD, I put it back in the case, and then I put it back on the shelf.
Why, your system's breaking down.
My system is foolproof.
So in this realm, which is also the same season which he has to give a kidney to Richard Lewis, he's struggling between fear and not fear. Now, when he thinks he's not himself, that he thinks he actually was adopted and that his birth parent's name is spelled C-O-N-E, then he feels he could be strong. And because his vision is that the cultural Jew is weak, but if I'm actually not Jewish, I can be strong. But eventually he finds out that it's not true. He's actually Jewish. And then he fears. And we believe in self-fulfilling or self-defeating prophecies. When you fear, bad happens. And therefore, at the end of season 5, Larry dies and goes up to heaven. And what is his last words to Cheryl as he's about to pass on?
Is there anything else?
I know it was you who misplaced that Sopranos DVD cover. It couldn't have been me. I have a system. I have a a system.
So now Larry goes up to heaven and meets his guardian angels, Dustin
One more
Hoffman
thing.
and
Yeah.
Sacha Baron
Sopranos
Cohen.
DVD cover.
Cover.
Any idea?
Did you look behind the couch, Larry?
Behind the couch.
It's behind the
Once
couch.
looked behind the couch, Larry. You didn't, did you?
Well, I didn't really look for it.
Because you had a system.
That's right. I have a system.
Yes.
Yeah.
I take the DVD.
DVD cover.
Cover and put it on top of the DVD
player.
Right, exactly.
That's not a system.
Oh, is that so?
A system is that you know you're going to misplace the DVD, so you get some DVD jackets, just plain ones, and you have them there in case you lose. That's a system.
That's not a
keep the
system.
jackets in a
People
folder, it's a
misplace
system.
DVDs because they take the cover and they put it someplace else.
And the people that misplace the DVDs have extra
Oh,
DVD
okay.
jackets.
Hey, take it easy. Just come over here. Relax.
What do you mean?
Okay, come on. Larry, we've decided that you're not really ready, and we're going to send you back into your body.
What?
We're sending you back.
What? Because I said something about the system?
You're just not ready.
Okay, maybe it isn't much of a system. You're right. It's not. It's a bad system. It's not a good system.
Goodbye, Larry.
We're sorry.
Come on, that's not fair.
Goodbye, Larry.
Goodbye, Larry.
Give me another chance. Wait, I like it here.
Look, I'm not paying it. I'm not.
What?
Oh my God.
Larry?
My God.
God.
Larry's upset that he doesn't have hair. I think it's a very deep concept, and I don't think it's just slapstick Three Stooges comedy. I think it's a deep concept. I have a system. His last words on earth, I have a system. He goes to heaven and he argues, what about the DVD cover? You look behind the couch? No, I have a system. You're not ready. What does it mean? You didn't pass the test of life. The test of life is not to develop your system. This is the way you do things. The test of life is whether or not you humbly receive the system passed down from generation to generation, and whether or not you humbly acknowledged who you are and what you're lacking and what you need to bring out in this world, and whether or not you humbly allowed the development of who you are to benefit the world at large. That's the system. And all of us are in a rough place in that if we log on to a system, the system works. But it has to be a system not of our own. There is a spiritual world that exists as we speak. We know it, although we can't prove it or touch it. But we know that something bigger exists as we talk about it. As we speak now, there is something bigger. And the system of life here has to connect to the system of life there. And that system is one in which your development simultaneously works with the benefit of others. If you're not going to be for yourself, nobody else will. You can't be dependent on others. You have to take upon the task to look at yourself in the mirror and know, this is who I am, this is my good aspects, these are my lackings, and I'm going to work on myself based on a system that I trust. Life's too short to run around choosing systems. We take a system that fits us all on an individual level. Okay, but what about me? And what about you? What type of person should I be? I don't want to be the type of person that doesn't go to the wedding, even though I only vaguely know you and haven't seen you in 6 years and we had a very hello, goodbye relationship in the elevator. Maybe I don't want to be that person that doesn't go to weddings, so I'll go to every wedding I'm invited to. On the other hand, maybe I should think about myself. Ooh, you're going to be a think about yourself person? There's a balance in which your development for who you are and what you need to bring out works simultaneously with the development and system of the world, because you are the world. As we mentioned the last time, that a person is obligated to say, for me the world was created. Is that complete egotism? For you the world was created? You own the world? No, I'm a microcosm of the whole world. So my reality as a human and my need to grow and bring myself out, that is the world. And that fits in harmony, in concert, symphonically with everyone else. How do you balance? It's so hard. The exaggerated thing, put the BlackBerry down. And the subtle level, go for a walk with your wife, even though you don't like going on a walk. But how do I know? What's the system? How should I do it? Eeny, meeny, every other day? How should I pick a system? We have a system. The concept of Torah is not a generalized philosophy and everything is you could swap it out and everything is all equal. There's a definitive system that's global, relevant to all of us as Jews, and specific, relevant to us as people. And when we incrementally connect to that system, it facilitates the balance between you and I. Part of the struggle in life, so much time is taken up of how do I balance you and I? Where's my me time? Where's the you time? In the system of Torah, you have im ein ani li mi li, I have to be for myself, but I realize that selfness is ultimately not just for me, but it's for the whole world. The end.